Well, it's Saturday, November 7th. We're not gonna like stand up about it.
Is this royalty free?
No.
Okay.
Welcome back, you guys. This is the final episode of season 5. I can't believe it.
Oh, jinx.
Okay, well, that's embarrassing.
I can't believe we're here.
Yeah, I know.
That's crazy.
That flew by.
I know. Well, we did miss 2 episodes.
We
so.
did miss 2 episodes, yeah. That's right.
But it's not slacking. I will say that. Like, It was for good reason. So.
We had some busy times.
Busy bees.
Yeah.
Over here in the approachable household.
Yeah. We recorded a podcast at the beginning of this year, and we kind of talked about things that we wanted to start doing, things that we wanted to stop doing, different stuff like that. And we said in that podcast that we would check in where we were at kind of halfway through the year, which we didn't do. It would have been really depressing had we.
Yeah.
So I think it's better that we left it till the end. But this is going to be our last episode for 2020.
Yeah, that's wild.
I know.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so we're taking a little bit of a longer hiatus than we normally do, so that, not only so that we can work on our own things, but also so we can spend holidays with our families and prepare for a really good season 6 with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to be doing. I listened to the podcast the other day and I took some notes.
Thank you, Sam, for doing that.
Let's hit it.
Let's hit it. Wait, you didn't ask if I was ready.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Hold on. I have to burp, though.
She's not ready.
Do I? I'm trying to get it out. It's in there.
She has to rock the burp out.
It's not coming up.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Alyssa.
Yes.
You wanted to start waking up earlier.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Dude, it's so wild because I did not do the work for this episode, okay? Is that my phone?
That's you, yeah.
Sorry. Sam took on the work for this episode, so I really appreciate that.
No problem.
Yesterday I can't not touch the microphone.
Someone said that Alyssa touches the microphone too much, and now she's like,
yesterday I graduated from my yoga course, so it's just been like a whirlwind. Woo. But thank you. But yeah, so I haven't listened to it, so I don't actually remember what I said. So this is like new for me.
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to start waking up earlier.
Yeah. How's that going?
So for the last 5 weeks, I've woken up at 5 a.m.
So you're doing great.
Yes, I am doing great. You know what, though? Even throughout the last year, I do feel like I was waking up significantly earlier, like, as a whole.
Yeah.
I used to sleep in until, like 11?
Yeah. Like,
pretty much every day. And now I would say, like, generally speaking, I would wake up at 9 and sometimes 7 or 8. Yeah. But these days, it's more so, like...
super early, because now your body's adjusted.
Yeah, but today I actually did wake up at 8, which is, like, super late for me. But if you recall, I sent you a text at 4 this morning. Yeah. So, just wasn't really sleeping.
Yeah. Well, when I listened back to the podcast, I was like, oh, you sweet summer child. I wanted to start going to the gym more.
Oh,
which definitely didn't happen. I do feel very justified in that shortly thereafter, COVID hit. There's nothing to like halt gym plans for me like a global pandemic. I love it.
I've never heard a better reason.
I don't love it.
No, of course not.
But I love the justification that is like very much warranted.
It's a real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I did ask you to go to the gym lots, and then I stopped because I didn't know if that was just like rude, because also I can only handle so much rejection. But I don't know, we did yoga a couple times together, and you look great.
Thanks.
So,
hanging in there.
Fuck cares. Do you feel good?
I feel fine.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing is, like, I think I talked about this in that podcast. I can't really remember now because that was like at the very, very beginning of it. But I really don't like the gym. Like, when you talk about the gym, I'm like, I wish that's how I felt.
Yeah.
But like, I'm never like, ugh, so glad I went. Like I just like, it's just like not my spot. So I do think like if I can tweak this a little bit, I think more so like the hikes, the walks, like being in nature, that's my shit. And I love yoga as well. So
Yeah.
Well, and then now I have like an in-house yoga teacher, and like it's
So
kind
true.
of just all really falling into place for me.
You have free yoga for the rest of your life.
And exactly.
Really?
Yeah, this really worked out for me.
And you know what? Going out and doing walks in nature, I said this like 5 years ago on my Facebook, back when I had Facebook.
So we know it was a deep thought.
It was a deep thought.
Yeah, okay.
It was in the notes, the Facebook notes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, because it was kind of when this idea of... It's because I start talking so loud, so I have to pull it away from me.
It's because...
I feel like it's this idea that if you're not going to the gym all the time, 5 a.m., blah, 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 you're not doing enough. Mm-hmm. And I really don't like that narrative.
Yeah.
So for me, like I was telling you last night, like when I went to the gym yesterday, like I was having like a little pity party by myself in my house. And then I was like, just go to the gym. You will feel better. And I honestly, like, I can't even explain to you how I feel when I'm at the gym. Like, I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm vibing. Like, I'm, like, dancing and stuff like that. Like, that is a good place for me. And that's why I post about it so much. That's why I go, because it makes me feel good, right? But if it doesn't make you feel good, there are so many other ways that you can move your body.
Yeah.
And it's enough.
Yeah.
Right? Like, going for a walk in nature. I mean, the whole thing for me is that it helps my mental health. Mm-hmm. And the same hormones are released by you being in nature with trees and swimming or yoga. You know what I mean? It's like, what? Who decides?
Like, when did we put this like stamp like that it's only approved if it's like you're in the gym?
Yeah, you have to have a gym membership and be lifting like iron.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, there's so many ways to move your body. And I was telling my mom too, the thing with yoga, like there's this kind of idea that you have to be super flexible and stuff like that. And one of my lecturers said, why do we do yoga? And everybody was answering, and she was like, so that we can sit on the toilet. Basically, the point that she was making is like, we want to move now so that when we're older, because she was like, you know, you say to people like, so that we can do a squat, and people are like, well, I don't need to squat. And it's like, well, you do want to be able to get off the toilet by yourself and sit on a couch by yourself and stuff like that. And honestly, for me, that's the goal. Like, I want my body to be functioning, exactly. And I feel like you don't need to be lifting 100-pound dumbbells to have your body function later on in life. You just need to be able to get off the toilet.
Yeah, well, and I do think that it kind of, like you said, like it's such a good thing for you. For me, it's not like a fun thing going to the gym. And it ends up not being good for my mental health because I feel like, well, I'm not working as hard as everyone else is at the gym. I don't really know what I'm doing here. Like, I feel uncomfortable. But anyways, I wanted to start going to the gym. I definitely didn't, and I actually feel fine about it. Good. So, Alyssa, you wanted to learn Spanish. You wanted to continue to learn ASL, and you wanted to learn how to drive standard. Where are you at with these goals?
I turned my back. Okay, so Spanish I did start doing nightly during quarantine. And I was feeling like I was learning a lot, and then I fell off again. Yeah.
It's hard, man. Learning languages is hard.
It is. It's hard when there's not somebody to do it with you as well.
That's what you said about 3,000 times in that podcast.
And it continues to be true.
Yeah.
So I still want to learn Spanish. I have not even become even remotely conversational, however.
Yeah.
ASL, I graduated. I completed level 2 at my university.
Yeah. So ASL you've done well with.
Yeah, and then I couldn't take level 3 because my campus closed. And then they texted me about it or emailed me or something saying that I could take it online. And for me, I would prefer to take it in person. And then if I was taking something online, I would just look up like videos and stuff like that. I don't really want to pay the college tuition to do it.
Yeah.
Online just doesn't feel the same for me. But I really do feel like that feels like a check mark for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. And then you also wanted to learn how to drive standard.
That has not happened.
No, well.
Even a little bit.
That's fair.
And that's been a goal for 8 years.
I feel like that's one that, you know, there's like endless time for that to happen.
It's true.
So, you know, like I think learning different languages might be easier when you're younger. I don't know. But like learning how to drive standard, I feel like, yeah, wait until 70. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I wanted to continue to learn photography.
Okay.
I was doing courses through Skillshare and stuff like that. I was watching lots of videos about it. And I was practicing quite a bit at the beginning of the year. And then when we started all quarantining and stuff like that, went south a little bit. But that's okay. That's something that I feel like as well is like, I know it's something that I enjoy doing, so I'm going to just keep doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alyssa, you wanted to try to keep a schedule.
Oh.
I feel like you've done well.
In the last 5 weeks?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
But before that, no, I wouldn't say that I kept a schedule because I was not posting videos on a schedule that I liked.
Is that the goal now?
Yeah, I would really, really like to get into like a more consistent thing with YouTube and just posting fun content, basically. Yeah. And I want to do some more like creative stuff. Like I really have so many ideas and then I think about them and I talk about them and then I don't do it.
Yeah.
And so I just want to do it. You know what I mean?
How are you going to make that happen?
Well, I think I just need to like reach out to people more because a lot of my ideas, this is my thing. Most of my ideas involve more than just me. And I need like either like backup dancers or like I need whatever, somebody to film.
Got big ideas.
Well, I do. And it's not like I need like backup dancers that are going to cost me like an arm and a leg sort of thing.
Sure,
but even just people who are like my friends who are willing to be a part of the thing. It's just like these little like 30-second.
That sounds right up Nolan's alley.
Honestly, if he lived here, I swear to God. But like even these 30-second little like creative videos that I could post on my Instagram feed or something like that, like that's kind of where the creativity is in my brain.
Yeah.
It's just like these fun, cool, edited, like using like movie magic sort of thing, and then it's all in my brain. I can see it so clearly. And then I'm like, I don't know how because I'm just one person.
Yeah.
But I know that I have friends who would, want to help me and stuff like that. And I know quite a few people in the like acting industry and stuff like that. Like I'm sure, so I just need to be more comfortable with asking.
Okay. So you're still going to chip away at that goal.
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to try to cook more.
I feel like you did.
I feel like I did too.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm still like at a place where like I would like to be, I mean, so I don't know if I've like talked about it before, but like the way that I grew up, we like never ordered in. We didn't have like free like food that you could like reheat like from the freezer or anything like that. Yeah. Like we didn't do that. Like everything was made like that day, fresh for us kind of thing. And so that's how I grew up. And so to me, that's kind of what I envision, like, in terms of like, okay, like eventually I'll have a family and like I'll be like an adult and maybe I'll feel like one day, like that's what I kind of envision as like, yeah, like I want to be cooking for myself every single day like that. So I'm definitely not there where like I'm never ordering it or anything. But I do feel like I've cooked for myself a lot more and I'm happy about that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I come down there all the time and I'm like, you made spaghetti.
Yeah, it always smells like garlic.
Oh, it smells so good when she makes spaghetti.
Yum.
I literally come down from working and I'm like,
spaghetti really is like a moment for me.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
It's just such a comforting like smell.
Eggplant lasagna too. I really get down with lately.
I don't know if I smell that one often, but the spaghetti for sure.
Yeah.
It permeates.
Yum. Alyssa, you wanted to continue to go to the gym, but you also mentioned that you wanted to continue to go to Orange Theory twice a week.
Okay, so I definitely continued to go to the gym.
Yeah.
I literally ramped up my gym so much. And like when I don't go to the gym, my anxiety comes back in like a huge way. And people always ask me how I stay motivated. I can't describe to you how little it's about the physical aspect, like the gym specifically. It's about the fact that it keeps me like mentally stable. And I know that that's not the same for everyone, but it was like 7 months into working out, I realized that this is why I'm not.
This is holding it together.
Yeah, it's so weird. But so that definitely happened. Orange Theory and I had a falling out.
How come?
I can say that. They fired the only person that I liked to go to. And the two people who ran that Orange Theory, I did not like. And
that's actually, and you referenced specifically that you wanted to go to Orange Theory twice a week because those were the days that the instructor that you liked was teaching.
Okay, well, there you go. There you have it. It's, it's set in stone.
There you go.
So I can't remember now, but it was either that his contract didn't get renewed or he had said something he wasn't okay with the managers. I can't remember exactly what happened, but anyway, and I think it was that they didn't renew his contract. Unsure. But then the person, there was one trainer there who really just like rubbed me the wrong way and was like pretty rude to me. And he was the one that I had to quit to. Like, cause it's a contract. Like you have to like, well, it's not, I don't know if it's a contract, but you have to like cancel your membership, right?
Yeah.
But you have to schedule a meeting to cancel your shit.
Oh my God. I would literally be signed up for Orange Theory for the rest of my life.
Dude, it was outrageous. And
that's my nightmare.
And when I had that meeting, they asked me why. I told them specifically. And they had the fucking audacity to say, okay, well, I understand we have a ton of different trainers. And just so you know, when you go from working out so much like this, especially with Orange Theory, if you stop, you will gain back weight.
Oh my God.
And I literally laughed. I laughed at him. I was like, fucking watch me, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
I was like, how dare you?
Also,
who the fuck cares, number one?
Did I fucking ask, bitch? Oh my God. I don't know if you told me that.
Really?
I don't think you did. No.
I was actually irate that they said that.
Oh my God, that's appalling.
I was like, are you actually trying to like
shame me fucking
into staying here? I was like, I have absolutely no worries, to be quite frank with you.
Well, and also like as if you were going to Orange Theory twice a day, 7 days a week.
No, exactly.
You know, like when you go from working out so much, it's like, okay, so I did like a high interval class like twice a week with you, and you think that I can't fucking replicate that outdoors like somewhere else.
And I'm stronger.
Fuck off.
Yeah, my cardio is better. I'm stronger. I feel better. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm not shading all Orange Theory. I really enjoyed it with the instructor I was there. But I feel like with anything that you're doing that's like fitness related, health related, it's the right people.
Yeah.
And those weren't the right people for me anymore.
For sure.
So
fuck y'all.
I just put up two middle fingers.
Yeah.
And yeah, if that other person was still teaching, I would probably still be there. But see ya.
No, not happening. I wanted to continue to do yoga, and I specified that I wanted to continue to do yoga at our favorite yoga studio.
Oh.
Which not only closed down for quarantine, but then actually seemed as if it was going to close down indefinitely not that long ago.
Yeah.
Which was pretty upsetting.
I actually have an update for you.
Hit me.
It's unsure.
That it's coming back.
Yeah.
This honestly, like, devastation.
Yeah, it is really sad.
We really do love this one yoga studio, and that's actually the same people that Alyssa got her yoga training through.
Yeah.
So we can replicate it in the home, thankfully. Mm-hmm. You also said that we should become rich and try to open that studio ourselves.
Oh my gosh, and it's for sale.
Yeah.
Now
and you're a yoga teacher now.
Yeah, I could apply.
Things are really aligning, except for the fact that we have no money to do that.
That's true. Capital's the easy part.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually did do some yoga like at home during quarantine on my own, and then we did some yoga together and stuff like that. But that's still a goal for me. I still would like to continue to do yoga. That's something that like makes my body feel really good, and it is something that really helps my mental health as well. So
that's great for me.
Yeah.
Because I need practice.
Yeah, exactly. So perfect. Alyssa, you wanted to quit your nicotine mints after 5 or 6 years of taking them.
Can you play the song again?
Yeah, I can.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay. I was getting ready.
I did.
She did it.
I think I recall in that one, like, not being 100% sold on that, though.
Well, you thought it was going to be harder to quit than alcohol.
And, yeah, and it wasn't.
And you also said that you wanted to stop drinking sparkling water, and you said, I think I'm going to stop drinking Perrier before I'm going to stop my nicotine mints.
That did not happen.
Yeah.
So what happened with the nicotine mints, it's really, really shocking, actually, because I really didn't think that I was going to be able to stop. I don't know. It was so weird. I had read Alan Carr's Something Stop Smoking. Like, everybody knows about this book. I don't even understand how it works. Like, I read half of it, okay? And then even in the book, it tells you, like, you'll stop reading this book because you don't want to have to finish, and that's exactly what happened to me. But even just reading half of the book,
yeah,
it was, I don't know, it's like, it's honestly magic, and, like, I would not be saying that if it didn't.
I'm pretty sure my dad did that. I'm not sure if you read that exact book, but he read some kind of book to stop smoking, and like one of the final things that you have to do is like watch yourself smoke in the mirror.
Oh, really?
And he was like, they don't smoke anymore either, my parents.
Yeah.
Like
that book is just wild. Anyway, so I read that, and then I didn't like actively try to quit the mints at all. Mm-hmm. And then I ran out one night and I was like, I have to go get more. and then I just didn't go get more, which would literally never happen.
Yeah.
Literally never happen. And then the next day I just didn't go get more, and the next day and the next day. And so I guess I can't say it was definitively that book that did it.
Yeah.
But I just don't see, because I have run out of mints so many times.
Well, it lines up a little too
like eerily. Yeah. So anyway, I just like stopped. And in that book, they also say not to replace it with anything else. Like, you're not supposed to replace it with chewing gum, even just regular gum, which is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But I did do that. So now I chew gum like nobody's business. Like, I always have a piece in my mouth unless I'm recording.
But I still feel like, whatever, that's better than...
Yeah. And I just like...
I understand like not wanting to replace a habit with a habit, but like if it's like a completely fine habit versus like something that's potentially like not good for your health.
Yeah. And even in like middle school and high school, like I chewed gum constantly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was already a habit.
You made it happen.
I did. I'm pretty proud of myself.
And you did actually say too, you were like, because there's one that's you want to quit and then there's one that you're going to stop. And you were like, oh, I'm glad I said I want to quit for that one instead of going to stop. And I was like, okay, we're not off to a good start.
No, I'm pretty surprised. I'm genuinely shocked that that's a thing.
Yeah.
Because that's a long time.
Well, congrats.
Thanks.
That's a big one.
I actually found a pack of the mints in my hiking bag.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I was like, oh my gosh. And they're still there. I did the same thing with the alcohol, though. Like, I didn't throw out.
You kept that last beacon.
The 2 beers, and they're still there. And same with that pack. They're still there. I don't know why that brings me power. Like, for a lot of people, that's like a dangerous thing.
Yeah.
For me, it brings me power. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, bitch.
That's right. I could be taking those, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I wanted to quit forcing myself into a corner of emotions.
Okay.
So the way that I explained that was basically like when I was younger, I would kind of like sit with my misery. Like even if I felt like I was over something, I would be like, no, I don't want to like let go of this yet because like I don't want people to not take it seriously or whatever. And I felt like at the time we had recorded, I had kind of gone back to that where like, you know, like maybe Matt and I got in an argument, but like I had done things because like, you know, as I've gotten older and been through therapy and all this kind of stuff, like I've learned different ways to cope and like what does make me feel better. So I'm not sitting there and feeling shitty. Mm-hmm. But even if I had gone to do something to make myself feel better, when like Matt came back in the room or something, I would go like right back into it because I would not want to like have let it go. So that was something I wanted to quit doing. And I do feel like I've stopped doing that.
Oh, good.
I don't think it was something that I was like super actively trying to be conscious of. There's certain things like not staying on my phone because like I think we all do like the like doom scroll kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which I still that it has to be active. Like I have to be like, no, I'm turning my phone off. I'm not gonna like keep doing this. But yeah, I do feel like I've stopped doing that. Alyssa, you wanted to be happy. How do you feel about that?
I wanted to be happy.
Yeah, it says, what do you want to be?
Aww. Do you know what? I'm always going to have shadowy days, right? Like some days that aren't going to be as bright as others, but I do feel happy.
Yeah.
And I feel good about the person that I am.
Yeah.
You know, and again, I have days that I'm not as proud of
Yeah.
or things that I do that I'm not as proud of. But overall, I feel like in the last 2 years, I've become a better friend. I've become a better partner. I've become better to myself.
Yeah.
So I do feel happy.
You've made a lot of big changes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said the same. I said ditto. And I would agree with that. I think that I still, you know, I still struggle with mental health and shit like that. And I still struggle with some things that I like get down on myself about. But I feel like overall I'm pretty happy. I feel pretty content. I feel like genuinely proud of like things that I've done, which like I haven't felt in like a long time.
Yeah.
So I think that, yeah, I think we've done a good job tackling that.
High five.
High five. You wanted to have memorable experiences.
Did I?
Well, and again, like that's the thing. Like it was so weird listening back
Yeah.
to this episode because I was like, wow, like literally everything that we were like, I want to do this. It's like, well, that's gonna be fucking hard.
Yeah.
But
well, obviously my yoga teacher training was a memorable experience. Huge. But yeah, with quarantine, I mean, it's hard to.
I mean, memorable in itself.
Yeah.
in its own right.
That whole thing was definitely history.
It is weird to think about the fact that like one day children will be like, Mom, like, were you alive in 2020? And we'll be like, were we? Oh, fuck.
Yeah. No, I have fond memories still of this past year. And I don't know, I made new friends, and I don't know. I have had memorable experiences, but the reason that I'm like hesitant is because I know what I meant when I said that. Like things that I look back on that really like I'm going to think about them for like years and years to come, sort of thing. So the yoga teacher training for sure. Mm-hmm. Other than that, I think that I'll put that on to next year. Like,
I think that like as well, I think if anything, this whole year really like kind of helped me revisit the fact that like family's so important to me, and being able to spend time with people so important to me, and even like I had to travel for like out of the country for work for like a couple days, and so when I got back, like Canada, you have to quarantine for 2 weeks when you come back, and so even if like we live together, which we do obviously, like we still had to be distant from each other, and even that I was like, this is so odd. Like it's weird how much you take for granted like closeness, like physical closeness, when like I'm not like a super like huggy person or anything like that, but I'm like, it's just odd not being able to like be near your friend and share a blankie and like whatever. Like it was just, so I think that like to me this year has been very memorable in the fact that like I think we still accomplished a lot, even given the fact that this was what was going on. I think I think all of us, like, all the people like around me, I think we do have like so much to be grateful for, because, we weren't in a position where we were losing our jobs and stuff absolutely. Like that. So I think that we have that, and our health just to be grateful for as well. And also just, like being able to be reminded like how important all of these small things are that we they're not small things, but things that we take for granted every day. Mm-hmm. So I know what you meant too, but I'm like, now I sound like an ungrateful asshole. Not at all. Because I know what you mean too. Like memorable experiences is very different from like humble, like humble reminders of like, but you did say as well, you mentioned in that podcast specifically that you were like, memorable experiences to me is even things like us having gone to Felix's house to play board games and stuff like that. Right. And so it's not like that you specified, like it's not like things that are grandiose necessarily, but just things that, you look back on fondly.
Well, and I think that's the thing. I was going to bring up the like climbing mountains with Jess. Like those are the memorable experiences for me from last year, but I wanted to save it until we got to the point, because I know that I said I wanted to climb mountains with you. Like go hiking, I mean. But those are the things that are memorable to me, but it's so hard because I guess for me memorable is like being with the people that I love, and I really wasn't able to, of course, many or all of us really basically weren't able to do that, and so I wanted to have savings, which definitely didn't happen in a very big way, mostly for good reasons. So this is I'm so nervous. She's gonna drop the bomb.
Yeah. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna cry. Oh my goodness. So for the past few years, oh my God, I've been working on a makeup line. Yeah. This is something that I've honestly been trying to make happen for like years and years and years and years and years. And so kind of what was happening for a long time is that, we would meet with investors and stuff like that, and then it would fall through. And then one of the last people that we were kind of working with, we had been negotiating with this one like investor for over a year. And we were kind of trying to figure things out and like how it was going to work, because like my biggest thing was that like I wanted to be able to retain control so that like the products I was making was the products I wanted to make, and we weren't cutting corners, and we weren't, doing things in a way that I didn't want to. Like I wanted it to all be perfect. And then that investor, it ended up falling through with that person. And I called a friend of mine that I knew through the beauty industry, and he worked for a cosmetic company for like over a decade as their creative director and stuff like that. And I was talking to him and I was like, I just don't understand how people are doing this. Like, I don't understand how people, are making this happen. Like, it just seems like such an undertaking and blah, blah, blah. And he basically was at this point where he was like, let's do it together. So it was just like everything just aligned. So that person now is my partner. And then we have another really great person on our team that helps us with product development, who is just like, she's so knowledgeable. She's really, really experienced as well. And I'm just like, I could not be more grateful for the people that we have like working on this, because and also my mom, I should mention.
Yeah.
My mom works with me on this makeup line, which is like the coolest experience ever. It's just been so fun, and it's so cool to like have her there for everything. I could cry.
I know, your eyes are watering.
Yeah. But like it's taken so long, but it's like so right this time. Ugh, my goodness.
Oh.
But I'm so grateful because like my mom has always really like had my back on things. Like, it's so funny, like my whole kind of career, people have been like, what would your mom think of you talking like this? What would your mom think of you showing your body like this and stuff? And I'm like, my mom is like behind me like 110% all the time. Like, she's always been like, no, like this is like how you have to do things, and like this is who you are and whatever. And so she's always really had my back on stuff. And then I'm just going to gently cry in the background. And then these, the other people that are on my team as well, they're like the exact same way. Like, they've never tried to like push me in a direction that I didn't want to go in. Everything that I was like, I want to do this, or I want to change this to be like this, they were like, great, let's do it. Like, they've never once been, trying to change something or whatever. So I'm so proud of it. It's been so expensive. So that's why I don't have a savings.
Yeah.
But I'm really, really, really like proud of like everything that we've done. And I cannot wait. I hate keeping secrets. I've hated especially keeping this secret, because it's something that like I'm so excited and like ready to talk about. We're hoping January for launch. That's all I can say for now. But that's why I have no savings and no regrets. I also wanted to have a more intentional work-life balance.
Do you feel like that happened?
Kind of.
Really?
No. Like, I kind of mentioned that like I feel like I go in like one direction or the other. Like, I'm either like all work or all life. And I still feel that way kind of. And especially just because of like circumstantially, it's so easy for me to just like put work to the side and like do life.
Yeah.
But so no, not really. But it's something I try to think about. I think not overall as much, not like big picture, but like day to day, I try to think about like, okay, I'm going to do this in the morning so that I have time to do this in the afternoon and whatever. Like, so I guess I kind of think about it, but not really. You said you were going to stop weighing yourself.
And I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I brought it back for an intentional reason.
Yeah.
And I have a healthy like relationship with that.
Yeah.
And the reason that I'm doing it now is to make sure that I maintain the weight that I'm at.
Yeah.
So it's not that I'm worried that like the scale's gonna go up so much. It's that I don't know why I'm being like so weird about this. Basically, I started a meal plan so that I could fix my digestion, and like, because I was basically feeling sick every time I was eating, and sometimes I would just bend over and like food would come back up into my mouth. Like, it was so weird. Mm-hmm. And so anyway, I got on this meal plan to try to fix my digestion and, also like just make my body like optimal for like what I want it to be able to do. Right. Cause like I wanted to have lots of energy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So anyway, I want to make sure I'm not losing weight with the foods that I'm eating. So like I need to figure out like, okay, do I need to like be eating more carbs, or do I need to, up my fat or something like that? Because we're trying to find and like the diet that makes me, and by diet I mean like foods that I eat, eat in a day that makes me feel the best. And so now I need to make sure that I'm like just eating enough, because I feel full every single day.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I eat so much food, and I, you know what I mean? Like sometimes I can still lose weight because I'm just doing activity, right? Yeah. So we need to make sure that I'm supplementing more food because I'm doing more activity. Yeah. And yeah, it's so it's not so much like me stepping on the scale because I'm worried I'm going to make like gain weight.
Yeah.
It's me, stepping on the scale to make sure like I'm staying in the same place.
Well, and that's what you had said too, is that I guess you had a conversation with Annie, and she said like, what is the scale, like what does weighing yourself in the morning mean? And you said like it means like, if am I going to have a good day or a bad day?
Yeah.
And so do you feel like that's kind of not the case anymore?
Oh, I literally don't I don't give a fuck. Basically, I'm like, basically, it's more so just like, it's information now. I don't know if it's hard.
Data.
It's hard for me to like explain because I don't want people to get like the wrong idea about it, I guess. It's just like data, like, okay, I just obviously need to eat more.
Yeah.
Or like whatever. And it's not that I'm like starving myself or making myself hungry. It's just because of the foods that I'm eating are so like I make them myself, and it's like, lean protein and stuff
Well,
like
it's
that.
very intentional, and it's laid out in a very specific way by professionals.
Right. And so it's just like, okay, so we need to up your protein again because obviously like you're lifting heavier weights or something like that, right?
Yeah. It's not, I think it's important to mention, it's not restrictive calorie wise.
No, not at
like
all.
It's arguably like the high calorie.
Yeah, I think.
But in like, it's just divided into a specific way, like more proteins and stuff.
Yeah, like I think I'm eating like 2,100 calories or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is like fine.
Yeah. I was going to stop reading comments about myself on places other than my own platforms. And? So other than my like Instagram and YouTube comments, I would say, I have stopped doing that. Okay. I can't like pinpoint a specific time, like when or why, but I used to, not usually like very religiously, but I used to like kind of check in with Reddit every now and again. Or like if I post something that I thought was like, ooh, like maybe people were going to have some shit to say about this, I would like go check Reddit, and then I'd be like, they did have something to say.
Yeah.
But no, I've definitely stopped that. It just wasn't like doing me any good. And I mentioned on that podcast that I've never regretted not looking up comments, but I almost always have regretted looking them up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's actually interesting, like with like the makeup line and stuff like that too, because I'm like, I will not be able to read what people have to say about my makeup line. Like I'm going to have somebody else that like goes and collects that feedback and brings it back to me in like a packaged way, because like I literally cannot imagine. Like it's just, I don't know, it's so weird. And so that was actually the end of the questions, and then you threw a question out of there being like what do you want to have? I don't know what you said, what's something that you want to do together? And I said that I wanted to implement a family game night.
We did.
Yeah, this actually did happen. It didn't stick for like a number of reasons, like work, and then your partner was having to travel and stuff for work, and so it didn't really stick that well.
Not like the specific, like I think it was Monday nights.
Yeah, or something.
Yeah, Monday nights didn't work, but
yeah, but we did start playing overall a lot more board games together. So I would call that a success.
For better or for worse.
For better or for worse. And there was some worse nights.
There were some actual like bad nights.
That's the thing about board games, man. It can really go one direction or the other. And like we do take things seriously.
Yeah.
I can't help it.
But you know what? Sam and I don't think have ever gotten in a fight over a board game.
No.
Not like a real one. Like sometimes we'll be like, how fucking dare you?
Well, always. That's like how it is. Like we always like bicker in like a fun way.
Yeah.
But like definitely with our partners, I think we've both. And also me with your partner.
Yeah.
I think we've gotten into arguments. Like genuine like, oh my God, fuck you arguments. But like Alyssa and I know, so that's really all that matters.
Yeah, exactly.
Alyssa, you wanted to go on a bunch of hikes together, but then also you wanted to scrapbook about it.
Yeah, so this is...
And I was really excited about the potential of you re-implementing the scrapbooking into your life, and it just...
did not happen.
No, it really fell flat.
What's interesting is I scrapbooked all of my family's holiday cards last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so...
I think that's actually what you talked about, is that you said that you had started scrapbooking something.
Right, because that would have been after the holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I did not start scrapbooking. We did not hike literally one time together.
We didn't.
But I did make a new friend this year. And she does like hiking a lot. I know that you like hiking, but it just worked out that her and I went hiking a lot. So when I think of memorable experiences from last year, that's what I was saving that for. I think about like going on big hikes with her, and also my current partner, going on a hike with him and stuff like that. Like we got to see these whiskey jacks and they were so beautiful and stuff like that. So those are the memorable moments that I look back fondly on. But I would like to, again, roll that over. I'd love to go on hikes. Yeah. All the time.
Well, I mean, we can do that. It's interesting how they changed hikes in our area. So like some certain trails you have to like get tickets for now. Mm-hmm. You don't pay for them though.
No, they're free. Camping, I think you still pay for.
Yeah.
But Jess and I, one time, we wanted to hike this, what's it called? Do you remember? It's a big, Garibaldi. Mm. We wanted to hike Garibaldi. We got up 5:55 a.m.
Because you have to buy the ticket same day.
At 6 a.m., yeah. Well, I mean, they go on sale, air quotes, at 6 a.m. So we got up at 5:55 and we were on the website and they were already sold out by the time that we clicked reserve.
Yeah.
So for certain hikes, it was just like you couldn't get them.
Which is how they're like helping with like social distancing and stuff now.
Right,
and not making sure it's too busy there.
Yeah, there's a limited amount that they give out basically per day, and so if you don't have a ticket you can't hike that trail.
What a world we're living in, man.
I know,
it's so weird.
You know what though, for the Chief is like a pretty popular hike here, because when you get up to the top, there's 3 peaks, but when you get up to the top it has a beautiful lookout, and it's like it's fun, I guess, in my opinion, and usually it's quite packed. And I did reserve a spot with Jess one time and we went, and it was nice that there weren't like so many people.
Same thing with Quarry Rock though. Like Quarry Rock can be really bad for that too. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we did not, but we did spend a lot of time together. We got a hot tub. I like how I say we. I did not contribute to that hot tub even like slightly. I put the chemicals in every single time, even though Matt thinks that I don't. Yeah, that's the way that I contribute. There you go. Yeah, we did get a hot. It was honestly like the most impeccable timing ever. We got a hot tub, and then like a week later is when lockdown started in Canada, and we were like, "Wow, what aren't we living the life?" Because we used to go to the hot tub at the YMCA.
Yeah.
And then we were just like, Matt, one night we had come home and we had been at the YMCA for like 2 hours, and Matt was like, "This is fucking crazy," and he was like, "Let's just get a hot tub," and I was like, "Sure, babe." I had been trying to talk him into it for so fucking long.
Exactly.
And then it happened so fast.
It did. It was honestly awesome. Like, this is what I tell people. I don't know how I'll ever live anywhere else.
Honestly.
Like, I'm like unabashed about the fact that I'm like living the high life over here, you know? Like,
I said to Matt, I'm like, I will never live without a hot tub again. Mark my words. I don't care what happens financially in my life. That thing's coming. That is over my cold fucking dead body. No, it's just.
Well, and that's like the issue for me is like, I can't afford a hot tub. I can't really even afford.
We couldn't either, to be honest. We got that hella on sale. It was really great timing. The stars aligned in a big way.
Yeah. Yeah, I just feel like I have to live here forever because like you've made me accustomed to a lifestyle I really can't afford otherwise.
You've mounted a TV.
It's, you know what I mean? I'm really like, I painted a wall.
Yeah, we settled in a big way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but honestly with that, like I have to say, everyone was like, you guys are going to get a hot tub and like never use it. I used it almost 3 times a day for a long time.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to use it as often lately.
Yeah.
I've been working and doing shit. But we still use it almost every day, at least once a day.
Oh yeah, we were in there last night for like however long.
Man, you know, it's fucking awesome.
It is awesome.
We have used it.
Oh yeah, literally like I would say almost every day for me, and that's me being a tenant. Like it's not even my hot tub. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I think it was a great investment personally.
Yeah.
Yet another reason why I don't have savings, and yet another reason I don't regret.
Yeah.
That one's not going to contribute back to me financially at any point, I don't think.
We could rent it out by the hour.
No. That sounds like a COVID hotbed. But just in general, like bacterial, like fucking nightmare.
Gross.
Renting out a hot tub by the hour.
Hey,
do you understand the implications of that? Do you understand?
Yeah, I heard it after I said it. But I rented a hot tub one time for a spring break party when I was in grade 8. I know I've told that story on the podcast before.
Baller.
Yeah, and it was sick.
Yeah.
It was sick.
Did they set it up that day with fresh water though? I kind of recall. Yeah. So that's one thing too, because like someone brewing in my broth.
Yeah, no.
I don't
Brewing
want.
in your broth?
Yeah, man.
Ew.
And like it would be ridiculous to empty it and fill it back up.
Yeah, I guess that's actually like a good point. What a waste of water that was.
Well, an incredible waste of water, but it also takes a very long time to empty, clean,
and heat,
refill, and then heat it. And then you have to put chemicals in and then wait for like the chemicals to dissipate a little.
One of my friends growing up had an infrared sauna in their house.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, but they're so dry. Like I want
like a moist
I do.
sauna.
I want a steam room.
Yeah.
Like literally, who do I think I am? But like if we're just streaming.
And we are.
Yeah, I want like a steam room with like eucalyptus in there. That would be so sick. I know you don't like steam rooms.
Yeah.
I love them.
They make me like choke to death.
No,
like I don't even know what takes place in my lungs when like I'm in a sauna. It's not fun.
I just breathe in and then I breathe out through my nose so that it's like so hot in my nose.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes me like ugh.
I love it.
I hate them.
Can't get enough.
Well, what are your thoughts on the year overall for yourself and your accomplishments and where you're at?
I still feel really good about the year. I mean, obviously horrific.
Could be better, yeah.
You know, like it's worth noting the tragedy that a lot of people have had to go through because of the pandemic. Jobs lost, loved ones lost, you know.
Well, and just a complete change of
way of life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is very serious. But in an effort to see the positives in my own life, I still feel good. I feel really lucky that I still have my health, especially that I had to go into the hospital and stuff like that during like a really like hotbed time, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, even in Canada, we did have it pretty good overall. But, you know, I came out just with strep throat instead of, you know, something worse. And we were still financially okay, you know, and I don't have kids, so I didn't have to worry about that. So I feel really, really lucky. It did reinstate how grateful I am, you know, to have this life.
For sure.
And yeah, I feel really good about the friends that I've made and like the relationships that I've nurtured and the work that I've done on myself. And I can't believe that I'm a yoga teacher.
I know. It's crazy.
You know? So yeah, I feel good. And I feel great today knowing that we're headed in a, you know, better direction.
Yeah. I'm excited
hopefully.
too.
What about you? How do you feel about the last year?
I would echo the sentiments. Yeah, I think that it was a hard year in a lot of ways, and I think that it's hard, you know, even if you're not the one going through it to the same extent. I mean, obviously we all went through it, you know, and we all are continuing to go through it, but like it's still hard, even though I wasn't like someone who was hit as in the same way, to see so many people struggling and to feel like, you know, like we most people in Canada were quite fortunate in the way that like our government handled the pandemic and you know, financially helped people and stuff like that, but other countries weren't doing that, and that was really hard to watch too. And so I think that like overall it was just like really like an emotionally draining year for so many different reasons, like the pandemic, everything that was going on civil rights wise, especially over the summer, but continuing, of course, like in the States and stuff like that. You know, this was a really like heavy year. I think that hopefully we are going in a good direction. Yeah. And personally, I still feel, you know, proud of my accomplishments this year. And I think that, you know, there's still really good, exciting things ahead. So I'm trying to keep my eyes on that. Yeah. So, yeah. But, I mean, that's it, guys. Yeah. So just a note as we come to a close on season 5, we are going to be taking a little bit of a hiatus on filming the podcast. We're still going to come back. I think our day back is January 6th.
Yeah, I want to say.
So season 6 will be back on January 6th. Season 6 on January 6th. Wow, look at that. We just fucking really planned that out perfectly, even though I don't think we planned that at all. No. But yeah, we are going to be taking a little bit of a hiatus on filming just because it does make editing and everything a little bit more time consuming. We both have some things going on.
Yeah.
And some stuff that we're kind of trying to prepare for. So that's just a little note. But we'll still probably post the audio on YouTube and then of course on Spotify and on iTunes and everywhere else like normal. So that's just a little note, but we hope you guys have a really good holidays and that's it.
Yeah.
And a good rest of your year.
So yeah, just video won't go up.
Yeah, but audio will still be there kicking around. So everyone actually, maybe YouTube will be happy about this because we'll put in
the intro song.
Theme song.
Yeah. Boom.
Yeah.
You guys have got it.
There you go. So actually kind of a holiday miracle in that regard.
It's really a win for everyone.
You're welcome, everyone.
You asked
our gift from us to you.
the theme song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much for an amazing season 5. We're so excited to come back in season 6. We're going to take this time and really hope to find some really valuable guests so that we can speak on some topics that we haven't been able to speak on yet. And come back at you season 6 with some great audio.
Yeah. And if you guys have any requests as well of topics that you guys want us to cover or guests that you guys want to see or anything like that, definitely let us know. You can send us an email. It's always in our description. Or you can comment on YouTube or wherever else.
Yeah.
So we'll see you guys next season. Bye.
Peace out. I always want to say peace out.
Let it go, Alyssa. It's my thing. Stop trying to make peace out happen.
It's been happening for 8 years.